What up, gamers? Fence here, and welcome back to Frontline 2 Exilium. So yeah, guys, I have made more of the collapsed pieces, enough to pretty much guarantee myself Dush of Naya. Like, we have like 30 pulls to guarantee her, and I got pretty much enough to make that happen. But I'm gonna do the single pulls, and I'm just gonna show the pull where I get her. Okay, it's been 10 pulls so far. Can we get her now in our 11th? Yes, we can. Oh man. Heck yeah. Dush of Naya, welcome to the team. Do you see it? Flames are bursting forth from the darkness, and here I stand. Yes, we got her, man. Ooh. The flare. Yeah, she looks really cool, man. I like the whole, like, that scrappy robotic look to her. Nice. And the pose. Alright. Well, yeah, I'm pretty much happy with that. And now that pretty much completes my team. Like, I pretty much complete my team because of her. With the, the Glass Island team and stuff. And now I'm going to try to go for her weapon if I can. Alright, let's go for her weapon, man. So I think I'll be doing some 10 pulls here because, I don't feel like it'll be that bad. Let's go. Did we get it? Oh my gosh, right away, dude. So yeah, funny story. I wasn't able to record the Dush of Naya event, which right now is the Zucchero Café event that's been going on here. Yeah, I just didn't have any time to record any of Dush of Naya stuff, even though I got her in the previous video. But yeah, you can see here, I do have at least Dush of Naya when her banner was up. There she is. I was able to do like the best I can to like max out her stats and stuff, but yeah, I'm pretty much good with the pretty much the Ulrid team now. Like whenever I have four members that I need to use, it'll be Ulrid, Dush of Naya, Natara, and Suomi, just because I feel like those are the most important characters in my opinion. And then if there's a fifth character that I need to add, I usually add Lada because they're also part of the group too, like within the same story. So yeah, I pretty much, I'm all good now with the team. Like I'm pretty much satisfied, at least when it comes to just making a lore-friendly team. Next up though, I am working on the Demos in the God team. Just because of Papasha here and her summon. I do like her summon. But yeah, I've been working on them next. I'm trying to get their levels up first before I work on anything else. But yeah, that's been like what's been happening in the background. I was able to, get the Naya at the very least from the previous video, but yeah, I wasn't able to do her event, which I hope it reruns. I mean, just judging from this one feature here, past events, I'm guessing that means the, the event quests, like those, like these over here, the time limited events. I do hope they bring it back one day. And hopefully it wasn't too important. Hopefully it was just Dush of Naya being a Dush of Naya. I hope that was the whole story, maybe, and not that important. But yeah, hopefully one day we can get that past event, if that is like what that is, so that I can, replay her whole story there. But yeah, for now though, I'll be doing this now. Yeah, I checked the campaign. There's no new campaign story. I would do that first before doing the event story, because I feel like it would make sense that way. Like from last time, where we had to do this first, and then that one other event story that was kind of like tied in with the main story. But here we go, man. So yeah, I've already messed around with it when it comes to the, I guess, like the other stuff. Like, there's like a drinking mechanic here and all that, a store management mechanic. But yeah, I've been doing all that on my own. And also the supply stuff, but yeah, I haven't been doing the story because, I wanted to save it for this video. But yeah, I've been doing this over here at the very least. But here we go. We got, what, 9 chapters here? Are these all battles? Ooh. It looks like, because I just see the, these over here, like the objective thing. Okay. Looks like they're all battles. Interesting. Alright, let's go and do this here. Alright. Didn't realize like all of them were battles. Thought maybe there'd be some story stuff. Is there story? I'm just wondering about that. Is there story really? Maybe there's no story at all. Oh wait, no. Here we go, story. The first rays of daybreak streamed in through the trees that lined the pavement, shining into a perfectly ordinary little cafe by the side of the street. A girl dressed like a shop attendant is hard at work. She's cleaning up the planters, making snacks, and changing out the coffee beans. She systematically works through the tasks that have to be completed before the cafe can open for business. Perhaps it's because her neural cloud is occupied by these routine tasks, but she doesn't seem to notice the footsteps approaching her. Good morning. Oh, is this also not voice? I think the previous event, it's been a while, so I might not remember correctly. But I think the previous one wasn't voiced. Springfield circles around to the other side of the counter and watches the look of surprise on the other girl's face with interest. Manager. They're not voiced. It's not often that I find you so distracted, Centoresi. My apologies. Why must you apologize? The point of this cafe is to help everyone live a relaxed life after all. Centoresi and Springfield look up at the same time. This cafe, decorated in a retro style, has a signboard reading Zucchero at its door. The Zucchero Café is not only a popular hangout for the local residents, but also a secret clearinghouse run by ex-Griffin dolls to help their colleagues obtain information and seek help. You know, I do wonder if this will tie into that, to the previous event, the one before Dish of Naya, because I know that was like also tied in with the main quest, but also we saw, I think, Centoresi like make an appearance, so I wonder if this is where this is going. I'm curious. After many years, the cafe has gradually put down roots and flourished, and it's entirely due to the efforts of the dolls who run it. Springfield nods to Centoresi and smiles. Well, being able to see you this relaxed proves that my hard work hasn't gone to waste. Of course, I'll continue doing my best with you from here on out, manager. I'll be counting on you. That said, they are here today. But in that case, we won't need to worry anymore about the security situation. Indeed, right now, Zucchero is probably the safest place in the entire city. This also means I'll be able to put all my focus onto the day's task. After all, the preparations for today must be handled with the utmost rigor. You have a point. Let me help you too. Centoresi nods. Springfield steps behind a nearby cabinet and quickly dons an apron before helping to portion out the desserts Centoresi has made before placing them into the old cold case. Seemingly spotting something of note, Springfield pauses as she tops off the milk in the coffee machine. Then, she leans in close and takes a sniff of the grinder hopper. Oh my, are the beans in the machine from your private reserve of black ivory coffee? These things are too precious for most merchants to sell, even in the satellite city. As I recall, you save up many collapse pieces to buy them. Are you going to use them all today? Upon hearing Springfield speak, Centoresi face flushes a faint pink. Yes, I would like to make the best possible coffee I can today. Centoresi turns the calendar on the counter to a new page with a thoughtful look on her face. Each box on the calendar is filled with the entries for events in different styles of handwriting, such as meet with the coffee bean supplier, trim the lawn, 100th Zucchero Live, and so on. Meanwhile, today's box only has one word on it: reserved. About that. Have you wrapped a gift for our customer yet? Of course. I've modified and cared for it in special ways just so our customer will feel the full extent of the surprise you prepared. Well done, Centoresi. You've covered all the bases. Honestly, I don't know how the cafe would manage without you. You flatter me. It's all just standard procedure. Oh yes, the cookies are almost done. Would you like to try them, manager? I think not. I have some other work I need to wrap up. The rest is up to you. I'll take care of it for you. Santaresi doesn't say anything else, turning aside to let Springfield through, as though they've rehearsed this movement countless times before. Springfield opens the door to the kitchen and pushes the cake flour on the shelf to one side before moving the syrup on the topmost shelf into another cabinet. After tidying the place up, she moves the cabinet aside, revealing a patch of wall whose colors are brighter on account of not being exposed to the sun as much as its surroundings. Finally, she knocks twice on the wall. The wall section creaks, and then it suddenly splits open along the hidden seam, revealing a secret passage just large enough for a single person to pass through. Ooh. In the darkness, Springfield expertly feels her way along the wall and finds a switch on it. A light comes on and illuminates the interior. A huge display monitor dominates the cramped room and turns on with the lights, displaying several locations being monitored by security cameras. Springfield scans the images on the screens, then presses the intercom button below it. Right on time, Manager Springfield. We've managed to hire several very capable staffers recently, so I'm less busy now. Much less busy now. So, have you gotten any new stock in lately? Of course I have. What kind do you want? I'll go with coffee beans. I'd like the sweeter kind. One of our regulars have developed a taste for them. Also, have you received the special blend that Macchiato sent over last time? Oh yes, I have. It was delicious. If you have more next time, I want it all. My, aren't we greedy? Can you blame me when your menu items are all excellent? Now then, back to business. That special guest I mentioned earlier will be visiting us today. I would like to ensure that nothing goes wrong with this meeting. As a supplier, can you provide the coffee beans today? Oh, looks like this guest of yours is quite the VIP. Oh yes, he's our most valuable client after all. I see. And here I thought you were joking when you mentioned it last time. You really are a kidder. I have always taken my work seriously. Sorry. That wasn't what I meant. If you insist, I do have some extra coffee beans that I can supply today, manager. However, there will be an extra charge for a rush order like this one. Of course, we will settle our bill with you per standard procedure. Springfield soon receives a message. After she reads it, it automatically deletes itself. My, this does help a lot. Beep beep beep. Just as she is about to continue, an internal call suddenly comes over her communicator. Pardon me, but it seems we have a bit of a situation in the cafe. We'll continue this later then. The other party hangs up and Springfield answers the call. She immediately hears a familiar voice. Oh, Macchiato is here now. Manager, we spotted several suspicious individuals approaching Zucchero. Should I deal with them? Springfield looks at the screen. The security camera shows several thugs swaggering down the street. It seems they're just troublesome guests, so we'll let Sharkery handle them. Did you hear that, Sharkery? It's the time for Sharkery's debut at last? It seems there are some troublesome guests to the northwest of the cafe. Please take care of them. Will do. Sharky will give each and every one of them a perfect show. On a building roughly 1 kilometer away from the Zucchero Cafe, Macchiato is lying prone behind a set of guardrails on a balcony, concealed by a camouflage cape. You gotta see, man, the contrast between the cafe, where it's all like neat looking and stuff, and then the city here, where it's all like kind of a bit worn. Yeah, it's a funny distinction. After hearing the voice through her communicator, she finally shifts her gaze away from the optical scope for a moment. As she watches the doll in the distance sauntering off with exaggerated, dance-like steps, Macchiato grumbles to herself. Honestly, can we really count on her? Well, she is a civilian doll primarily intended for the entertainment industry. This young miss has been fitted with a really advanced fire control component. I just realized, so they kept that one pet, right? The one pet robot dog thing. I'm just wondering if this was before or after, like this event. I'm guessing it's after. Usually she's the one who handles troublesome guests like these when you're not around. There's a doubt written all over Macchiato's face as she continues studying sharkery through her scope. Clearly, she is not convinced by Springfield's words. However, these suspicious individuals will each fade from Macchiato's view over the course of the next few minutes. Looks like they were simply layabouts. Fortunately, they didn't pose a real threat. Hmm. I wonder why they would need to. Because, I'm not sure what security is like in this city, like where they live, if, like, you know, like maybe there's no security at all. That they have to have, like, Macchiato and Sharky, like, deal with any thugs that might, I guess, cause trouble for them in their cafe. Like, yeah, I guess maybe security in the city is bad. Like, there's not much, like, police force, or you can't really rely on them, maybe. Or that maybe they're just not around. Sharky, how are things going now? Or, they could also, the thugs, maybe they're just some enemies that, that maybe, that might, I guess, go after them because of their, shady activity or something. I'm not sure. One moment, manager. This is the last of them. Sharky's voice comes over the transmission. Hey, aren't you from that bar in the underground shopping street? Have you paid your protection money for the month? If not, you'll... Wait a minute. Are you a doll? Yeah, I will stay back. Run away! Run away! The sound of flesh being bludgeoned fills the channel. See? She's good at this. I guess tricking the enemy with her deceptive appearance must be a part of how she gets a job done. What's this? Is that jealousy I hear, Macchiato? Heck no. Who would be jealous of a spoiled little brat anyway? Besides, all I need is a gun in my hand. And that's a wrap. Sharkry suddenly cuts into the transmission, striking a pose before proudly declaring her work is done. Manager, I finished my mission without a hitch. Sharkry, what is that behind you? In the video feed, an arm slowly reaches out from a dumpster behind Sharkry. Well, that's kind of creepy and scary. Sharkry glances back and delivers a lightning-fast kick that sends the arm back into the dumpster. It's nothing at all. Oh, did she just dispose them in the in the garbage? So you just threw them into the trash? You could have at least dumped them in front of the nearest police box. Oh no, my makeup's running. I need to go touch myself up. You have the stage now, Miss Macchiato. Huh? Hey, wait! I can't believe it. She went and spouted a bunch of crap and then walked off just like that. I called her back. You should come back to Macchiato. He's not here yet, is he? Maybe I should keep watch until he sets foot into the cafe. The police will keep an eye on things for today, and besides, I'm sure you don't want to be stuck alone on the roof when he shows up, right? Fine, I got it. I'm coming back now, okay? Although she has an annoyed scowl on her face, Macchiato is already getting to work on her final task. First, she opens her terminal and refreshes her data links. Scenes from the cameras monitoring the streets around the Zucchero flash through her mind. Macchiato's neural cloud carefully parses and filters every single suspicious individual and sound, as well as windows and vehicles that could be used to spy on them. The 14th check reveals no suspicious conditions. The surrounding streets are safe. Having reached that conclusion, Macchiato stands up and looks down from the highest ground in the city. As a professional sniper, she knows the layout of this place like the back of her hand. While this is a satellite city in the green zone, she can have a bullet in the opposition skull within a half a second of any threat exposing themselves, should the situation call for it. Considering what kind of occasion this day is, she does not want any unexpected interruptions. After verifying the situation, Macchiato disconnects the data cable that's plugged into the floor port before returning her exquisite rifle into its violin case and leaping off the side of the building. 20 minutes later, after Zucchero's door chime rings for the last time today, 4 members of the cafe staff are finally gathered inside the cafe. Thank you, Miss Macchiato. Your coffee is ready. Okay, thanks. Macchiato accepts the cup and gets a whiff. The rich scent of roasted caramel wafts into her nose. She takes a sip, and her tense nerves promptly relax. The bitterness is just right, and the foam really feels really dense. In any case, at least you didn't try to mess with me and treat me like a kid. You know, you can just praise Santoresi directly if you really want to. Hmm? Were you expressing praise just now, Miss Macchiato? You see, the person in question had no idea you were doing it at all. What a pain. I'll be more careful next time. You're really good at catering to everyone's taste, Santoresi. This hot cocoa tastes super yummy too. As I thought, rather than icky bitter coffee, sweet cocoa really does suit this super cute charcuterie best. Uh, uh, Kids really are easy to fool. Are you praising Miss Charcuterie for being cute? Eh? What? Of course not. Looks like apart from lessons on cafe work, Santoresi will also need to study up on speaking Macchiato's language too. I will do my best. Why are you acting so serious about this anyway? Look, Miss Macchiato's ears are red again. Perhaps she's trying to change the subject, or perhaps she really is bothered by something, but Macchiato turns to look outside the window as she annoyingly drums her fingers on the table. Speaking of which, isn't our guest here yet? Yeah, they keep talking about this guest. Like, who is this guest gonna be? You think it's me? Like, if this does take place after that one event quest that is like, kind of like the main story. What if we're the guest and that this might be our safe house? I don't know. I'm not sure. The dolls all look outside. Crowds of people mill back and forth on the streets, but the person they're all hoping to see hasn't shown up yet. The cookies will get cold if he doesn't arrive soon. Uh, Time ticks by, and as the sun rises, the anticipation in the girls' hearts soon become worry. Did something happen to him on his way here? They don't want to speculate on the reasons for it. However, their guest has always been a very punctual person. Bring. The cafe telephone rings in silence. Springfield heads over to the counter and picks it up immediately, as though she's been waiting for it all this time. As she races to hear it to her ear, she mimes in a shushing gesture to the other members of the cafe. Hello, this is the Zucchero Cafe. Would you like a reservation or a home delivery order? Oh, this is the password system you arranged with him. However, the voice on the other end of the line is not a voice they have longed for. Springfield immediately turns to put her back to the counter and gives the other three dolls meaningful looks. You're... It's been a while, Miss Springfield. Okay, so Dandelion is now here. I'm guessing Dandelion contacted them? I guess for a rescue, right? Is this how they tie things in? They send like Santoresi, I guess? Alright then, let's dispense with the pleasantries. Does the fact that you have this comms code mean that you are with him? A wise deduction. And yes, okay, I think that is the commander. And yes, I need you to help us out right now. You won't refuse us, will you? Please get to the point. Simply put, things have gone wrong as usual, and the threat level is code red. I've sent you the coordinates and a route. Whether or not he'll still be alive depends on how quickly you'll get there. See you later then, ladies of Zucchero. After some silence, Dandelion hangs up. What? It seems our guest has encountered some difficulty on his way here. I believe he will need to make a delivery. Manager, will we be using the emergency action plan? One moment, please. While she has rehearsed the scenario in her neural cloud countless times, Springfield still wants to ensure that the plan goes out without a hitch. Macchiato, go with loadout number 1 and bring as much ammo as possible. After that, you will drive everyone to the objective location. Got it. Sharkry, can you ensure that our order is delivered? I believe you've installed the relevant software already. No problem, Sharkry has gone through tons of sim training. And as for you, Santoresi, I fear we will have to open that gift we've been saving for our guests ahead of time. I apologize for that. I know you spent a lot of time preparing that surprise. That's fine. The gift exists because he needs it. Its value will be maximized if we send it right away, or send it right when it's required. Thank you. Just in case, I will stay in the cafe and provide remote support. If the worst comes to pass, I will activate our emergency measures. If that happens, do not return to the Zucchero. Proceed immediately to the backup safe house and meet there. Understood. Please be careful too. I will. Santaresi, please take care of everyone while you're outside. I'll make sure that I keep everyone safe. So in return, please wait at home for our return. The Venetian blinds slowly close, hedging the sunlight outside the cafe, and the sound of the cafe door closing is drowned by the clack 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 sounds of rounds being chambered. A place which provides delicious food in times of leisure, and one which protects that which is important at times of danger. That is what Zucchero is. Okay, so I'm guessing we're going to rescue the commander. I actually kind of forgot, like, I guess how they got into contact. I'm guessing Dandelion was the one, well yeah, as we saw, is the one to like ask for help. It's kind of weird. I don't remember, I kind of forgot like what the story was in the previous event. Yeah, I kind of forgot. I know it was like a lot of with Helena, but I don't remember like the Zucchero Cafe expecting us to arrive to them. I might have like maybe missed out on something, or I just don't remember at all. But it seemed like just from the story, like they were expecting the commander to arrive, like to their location, like to the cafe. But yeah, I don't remember anything at all about that. I thought, I don't know, I just only remember the Helena stuff. That's all I remember. And then we saw like, you know, the other Helena. All right. So that was just the first one. That was already like half the video already. Jeez. Bitter thorns and daisies. Let's do it. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm just really I just don't remember anything at all about that. I didn't realize they might be expecting the commander, the guest. But yeah, if that is the commander, then I can't wait to see it. 2 kilometers due west of the Intercontinental Railway Transfer Station, black-colored IFVs drive out of the mist, the autocannons in their turrets sweeping left and right, searching for enemies. There is a large pit in front of these IFVs. One of them comes to a halt about 50 meters away from the pit. After ensuring the situation is safe, its rear hatch slams to the ground. Black armored troopers cautiously dismount, turning on the powerful flashlights mounted under weapons and illuminating the vast, seemingly bottomless pits before them. The sky starts to drizzle, and the soldiers' bracelets start to turn yellow. However, the troopers ignore the rising particle density. Ooh, who's this? I wonder if it's like one of those things where you can like just... What happens if you just like, you know, get a snapshot in here and then you just turn off the brightness and you can see the face maybe? Because you can kind of see like some of the features. I'm just wondering about that. Maybe I'll do that after this video if I remember to do so, like on my own time. After the squad disperses and takes formation, a red-haired woman emerges from the vehicle. She walks past the troopers and up to the pit. The troopers act like they don't see her, their guns raised as they continued watching their surroundings for danger. She raises a cigarette into her mouth and lights it before looking disdainfully into the pit and taking a puff. The rain unfortunately puts the cigarette out. The woman scowls, then tosses the cigarette to the ground before forcefully stomping it out. Oh, it's some lightness. It got brighter, I think. Bad sign, my butt. It's all the same crap, different day. Behind her, several more IFVs drive up to the pit. Black armored troopers quickly dismount and spread out to scan their surroundings. Soon, they fill up the space in front of the pit. The badges on the black armored troopers proclaim to be from the Mongi security, but their equipment and attitudes are marked differently from the average PMC grunt. The woman changes the channel on her radio and begins giving orders. Everyone listen up. This is Hazard Level 3 assignment. Our Charlie Delta and Foxtrot teams head underground and carry out Plan C2-7. Bravo and Echo teams, watch the perimeter. Alpha team, stand by. Now, as for our ROE, she takes out another cigarette and lights it. After taking a puff, she pauses for a moment. Then, the woman slowly exhales a cloud of smoke before giving her orders. Oh, there we go. Kill everything that moves. Okay, now we can now see her. I thought she might be having that black silhouette the whole time. The black armored troopers are silent. The woman gestures and three teams of men immediately pivot and head into the pit, while the other two begin establishing a defense line around him. The woman continues smoking her cigarette. The soldier behind her waits until she is done before walking up and asking her a question. Ooh, look at this. That looks cool. Adjutant Lentin, why are we developing 6 combat teams on a single level 3 assignment? Because the brass paid to deploy 6 combat teams. Even so, don't you think 6 teams is a little too much? Does the Black Op this time around really bother the brass that much? Just look. Lenton points at the terminal in her hand, which shows the view from a trooper's helmet camera system. She grimaces in disgust as she looks at the insignias on the wall, and she covers it up by lighting another cigarette. Paradius again. The squad leader shakes his head. They've been way too active recently. It's making us look bad too. You mean our nickname? Thanks to this goddamn Black Op, even the rest of Mongi's security forces would rather die than let us help them. I mean, have you even heard the nickname they gave us? Omen. You don't like it? We're the best of Mongi security. We should be something like the Shining Edge, not Omen or whatever. Shining Edge. The woman suddenly laughs out loud, then cuts her laughter by sticking a cigarette into her mouth. After taking a puff and getting her breathing under control again, she begins to speak. Frankly speaking, I actually like that name. Nobody who hears it is going to have any illusion about what we're going to do next. She points at the squad leader's head. Say, Kenny, when you became a security contractor, did you actually think you'd be keeping anything safe? Of course not. Did you know? I really, really hate it when people go expecting something of me and then end up depressed when their expectations fall short. I keep hearing crap during missions like, "Aren't you here to save us?" Or, how can you do this?" And whenever I do, it makes me think that I'm just a parrot in a cage. A parrot? Because everyone thinks you should be saying what you expect you to say. Nothing else registers as proper words to them. It's just noise, like a rooster going "awk awk" or something. Kenny is momentarily at a loss for how to respond. Just then, a voice comes in over the radio, and the two of them end their chit-chat to check their terminals. Ooh, look at this guy with the helmet. Dang, this Mongi security looks kinda cool. Like, the soldiers look cool. Adjutant Lenson, we're closing in on the target area, preparing to enter. Switch off all the security cameras, but leave one patched directly into our comm channel. Do not record any imagery from this mission. Okay, what are they about to do? Turning off the security cameras? I mean, I'm not sure if they're coming to the commander. Was there was a gunfire, right? There was a gunfire at the end of that story, right? So I'm guessing it's from them. And then I'm gonna guess that Centoresi comes in to save us. Roger. Have Delta block off the entrance. Foxtrot will cover you. Use up all of your explosives. Roger. Time for work. Lenton tosses the cigarette butts aside and heads for her IFE, with Kenny trailing after her. Once they get inside, the monitors inside the vehicles show the positions of their combat team members who have entered the tunnels, and the view from their body cameras. On the screen, the black armored troopers are moving from the elevator platform toward a huge smash gate. They entered the room beyond, covering each other in a leapfrog fashion. The room inside contains several dozen huge culture tanks with human body parts enmeshed with plant tendrils floating in the culture solutions. The power source in their middle glows dimly. We found multiple samples. The power has been shut off. There might be a contact risk. Stay away from those tanks. Inform all teams that the assignment's hazard level has been upgraded to 2. Understood. I'll let them know right away. Looks like their ritual site is down there. It's not often that there's one so close to a green zone. These lunatics are getting wilder and wilder. Don't let your ethics cloud your judgment. I just realized, so I think they're here for Paradius, right? I don't think they're here for the commander. I don't think they know about them, like, entering this place. So it's like another... We have, like, 2 different groups, like, coming in here for different purposes, and they might mistake the commander for the cult members for Paradius. We take money to solve problems. We're just gophers for a small, independent PMC. Take Bravo off sentry duty. Have them go down there to support the others. Got it. I'll contact them. Kenny keys his radio and gives the orders to the combat team on the perimeter. Linton's eyes are focused on the screen. The images from the camera continue moving as the troopers take plastic explosives out of their backpacks, which they plant in various corners of the room. Wow, dude, like they're so cool, man. I liked all the armor and stuff. No life forms detected nearby. Charges have been set, awaiting further instructions. Proceed for... There's a shout from behind, and the image shakes violently. The viewpoint quickly turns to the rear, where a trooper in the back has been impaled through the forearm by a thorny plant stem from one of the culture tanks. The trooper tries to escape, but the stem burrows deeper into his flesh. Purple liquid oozes out of the stabbed area, and the trooper's arm immediately swells up. The man beside him draws a knife from his waist and promptly chops off the wounded man's forearm. The stabbed soldier wails in agony, staggering back from the pain and shock. His teammate pulls out a medkit and administers a skeptic and painkillers. The camera view shifts to the plant that is still burrowing deeper into the severed arm. A white-colored mist sprays from off the camera. Abnormal contact has occurred. One man has been injured, suppressing with liquid nitrogen. The vegetation soon freezes over, unable to bear the weight of the forearm. It falls to the ground and splinters into many pieces. Jeez. How many times do I have to tell you to not approach those tanks? Linton sighs and rubs her temples. Send him up. Will do. Linton leans back into her chair and addresses Kenny in a mocking tone. Well, well, lucky him. For the low price of half an arm, he gets to collect a big fat compensation paycheck. That guy who was wounded up was probably Macchio, or Masio. He's been with us for close to 10 years. Dang, and just like one, just for one moment like that, he just retires. Close to 10 years? It's been that long already. When I get sick of being adjutant, you should take over. I'll go join a combat squad and get some random little injury. When the time comes, make sure you give me a nice little bonus, enough to retire with. Yeah, right, adjutant. Who else would be kind enough to share their compensation with someone else? You mean you wouldn't share yours with mine? Yours with me? Heck no. Wow, petty much? Linton pouts to express her displeasure, but they've been through this routine so many times before that Kenny doesn't bother following up on the old gag with her. How many rooms are there which need blowing? Intel indicates there are 2 more. Looks like there's a whole mess of blackout for us today. Suddenly, Linton pulls off her earpiece. Kenny is about to speak, but she signals for him to stop. Did you hear something? I think it sounded like a helicopter? A helicopter? The squad leader removes his earpiece, listens carefully, then shakes his head. Not a thing. What happened? Our intel didn't mention anything about aircraft passing by. passing nearby, right? I mean, it's perfectly normal for people to use aircraft without filing for permission in an undergoverned region like this. Hmm. Linton frowns and puts her earpiece back on, but she continues speaking in a unhappy tone. I have a bad feeling about this. Adjutant Linton, we just got a transmission from Bravo. They found an elevator that wasn't mentioned in the intel, and there's a large thermal signature coming from a chamber below the elevator. I'll patch in a video feed from over there. The two of them turn back to the screen. It flashes, and then its perspective changes. This time, the viewer is looking into the pit with a thermal imager. Give me the size and composition of the thermal signature. One moment, please. Scan complete. I'm picking up at least 40 life forms in a massive thermal source, massing at least 5 units or more. Yeah, I think that massive thermal source is that one Boojum, right? The one giant one? 5 units, so it's a Boojum then. So they summoned us even before the ritual was complete. That doesn't happen often. The sounds of gunshots come over the transmission, seemingly from a long distance away. I hear gunshots. All teams, stay alert. Who are you engaging? Hang on. There's nobody. None of the teams have engaged anyone. Then something must have happened underground. Delta, finish planting the explosives. The rest of you, head deeper into the pit. This assignment's hazard level is now 1. All personnel, prepare to engage a Boojum. Understood. While that answer was simple enough, there was an added hint of nervousness in the man's voice. They're calling this hazard level 3 mission even though there's a Boojum present? You were wondering why they shelled out so much, right? Looks like you got your answer. Still, even if the FABN group is in charge of things, a Boojum is so close to the green zone is going too far. Forget it. This isn't any of our business. Have Alpha prepare themselves, so we'll be... Suddenly, they hear bullets strike the exterior armor plate of the vehicles, followed by an emergency transmission over the radio. This is Echo. We've engaged unknown dolls. They're attempting to enter the underground chamber. Dolls? How many? Unable to estimate. They have a sniper. Macchiato, probably. Macchiato. 2 of our guys have been hit. We're pinned down. Gosh darn it. Kenny, get to the IFV over and give them fire support. Why now, of all times? Rhino 2, Rhino 3, what the heck are you doing? Why aren't you returning fire? What? Your optics were destroyed? You shower of useless a-holes. What must I do everything myself? Kenny climbs into the gunner's seat and prepares to manually control the autocannon for the attack. However, there's a sound of a crisp impact from outside the vehicle, and the gunner's monitor in front of him promptly bursts into a sea of static. What? Don't waste your time. We aren't going up against ordinary dolls. Alpha, mount up. We're moving in to assist. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's gonna be Macchiato's group. I mean, a sniper is the giveaway. Wow, dude, look at that! Oh, look at Centauressi. They have flying units. Yeah, the Mali security man, they're so cool. I'm approaching the coordinates Miss Dandelion have sent us. I see some IFVs here. They might end up being a big threat to us. I've destroyed their optics. They shouldn't be able to do anything for the time being. Got it. Ready to break in? Yeah, give me 30 seconds. I'll be at your position ASAP. Sharkry, stay inside and keep the engines running. Prepare to head out at any time. Eh? So I won't get a chance to shine? Not unless you want some 25mm ventilation in your frame. Okay then. But don't take your time. That's pretty cool. That's kind of different with the cutscenes. Like, normally they don't really zoom up that close, I think. With some of the dialogue, they just, you know, have it still, like, kind of, like, zoomed out. Even that little, like, I guess that salute, I don't know what you call that from Centauressi. They don't normally, like, maybe would include that. That's a nice touch. Okay, what is that? I don't know, but I'll just go auto battle. You know, these are gonna be easy units. But there's only 2? Did he like deploy another unit? Oh no, that was one. Wait, I'm kind of curious, you know, like if they were like at the same level as us. I'm just wondering how powerful they would be at 2. Or I guess, you know what? I guess it makes sense. I just, you know, I just thought about like, you know, because it's 2, maybe they're really powerful, like as individual units, but no, I just remembered that, you know, we're still like early into the story. that I think it's just a difficulty thing. I don't think it's supposed to mean that they're powerful. And yeah, like they're probably like level, what, 20 or something? I'm not sure. There we go, good job. We can't hold them! Adjutant! Those dolls are made it on the ground. That fighting style, and such capable T-dolls. This is Bravo. We've made contact with unknown T-dolls. They've got a lot of firepower on their side. Requesting backup. So there are T-dolls on the ground as well. Looks like things are becoming more and more interesting. Interesting. Leave 3 people behind to tend the wounded. Everyone else follow me. We're going after those dolls. Got it. Yeah, this is it, man. This is the area where the commander was. Meanwhile, on the other side of the pit. Hey! How many more enemies are there? There should be at least 50 according to the scans, right? Is there another way? As you can see right now, I'm just a diner. Look, I'm being serious here. In that case, we should be able to solve the problem handily once our reinforcement arrive, right? Reinforcements? Where are we getting reinforcements from? Just then, I hear a familiar yet unfamiliar voice in my earpiece. The moment I do, I know we've been tossed a lifeline. Master, do you read me? Yeah, I think this is where we left off. Around this moment. Dang, dude. Yeah, this is a continuation, wow. Oh dang, that's so cool. Like, in a way, I'm kind of happy that we did miss out on the Dish of Naya event, just because we can get this direct continuation of this event story. Wow. But yeah, I do hope it does a rerun in that past event, if that is what that feature is. Loud and clear. We received Miss Dandelion's distress signal and are now approaching your location. Macchiato's come too. Wait for us, Commander. Don't you dare die down there. Looks like my number's not up just yet. Dandelion, give me Centaures's location. Already sent. The enemy's weight of fire is massive. The sooner we're out of here, the better, considering we don't know if more enemy reinforcements will show up. I quickly glanced through the signal icons on my terminal. Centauresi and the others are approaching fast. From their position, I can count on them to help me pincer the enemy. However, we'll need to take Helena back from the Bujin first. I look around. Diane is hitting the enemy with everything she's got. Kolfin and the Helena she's protecting are looking at me with frightened eyes. We don't have much room for error, but I am certain that, even after all this time, the dolls can still work well together. There's no time to hesitate. I quickly decide on my next move and give my orders. Diane. Commander? I need suppressive fire from you and Zhang Yu in that direction to draw their attention. Our reinforcements will flank them from behind and will break out through their location. Yes. Dandelion, help compute the ideal attack route for Diane and Centauresi and send it to them. Already done and sent. Centauresi, give me a sit rep once you get into position, then wait for my go. Yes, Master. ETA is in 1 minute. Diane, keep laying down fire. When I give the word, we'll make a break for it once for a more open area and draw the enemy's attention. Zhang Yu, can you and your big sis put on a good show to distract them? No problem, just leave it to me. That's all I needed to hear. And who might this be? Her name is Zhao Hui. She's a new friend of ours. Got it. How about this? You look pretty agile, so can you help bring Helena back to us? I'll have Dandelion disable Helena's defense systems. That's Diane and Zhang Yu's commander for you. Already giving out orders without hesitation, even though it's our first time we've met. Hey, if you can't handle it, I can do it instead. Of course I can. Should I head out now? I'm glad you're willing to help out. Wait for my signal. I look up at Helena's Helena, who is still floating in the air. She is watching us struggle with a look of amusement on her face. I pay her no further attention and look down at the Helena in front of me. You're Helena too, right? Yeah. Do you want to live? I can't die yet. I see determination in her eyes, and then I turn to Colfin. Protect her. She's also Helena. Okay. Colfin reaches down to support the Helena beside her and looks up at the airborne Helena. So our Helena, relax, she'll be fine. Seeing so, I turn to look at the hovering Dandegate. Dandegate. I like that. You can do it, right, Dandelion? As you wish. After I give my orders, the dolls all look at me. I take a deep breath and wait for my transmission to come in. Master, we've reached our attack position. Waiting for your command. Got it, everyone. Go! Santaresi Macchiato silently drops down onto the elevator platform at the bottom of the shaft while their black armored enemies are focused on firing in the other direction. They suddenly open fire, cutting the black armored troopers down before they even know what's going on. The dolls soon take the position that the enemy once occupied and begin providing us with covering fire. The Dandegate flies up to Helena, who seems unhappy. The spherical defense systems begin to glow, but Dandelion seizes control of them before they can finish charging up. Now time for bad kids. You. Before she can finish, the three spears glow and then revert to their box form, which encloses Helena. Zhao Hui, go now! Got it. Zhao Hui throws out a grappling line and immediately springs toward a high ground while Dayan and Zhang Yu rushes toward Santaresi. Run! Everyone breaks into a mad dash, with Santaresi and Macchiato pinning them down. The enemy's volume of fire is significantly reduced. I'm running at the group's head, while Colfin and Helena follow close behind me. Dayan and Zhang Yu bring up to our rear. As we approach Santaresi, I notice the flickering of flashlights in the tunnel off to our side. Master, incoming enemy reinforcements. It's in my blind spot, I can't hit them. Cover the commander. Dayan and Zhang Yu immediately rushes to the head of the group and turn to face the enemy reinforcements. Zhang Yu presses on my shoulder to get my head down, while she and Dayan block the bullets from the side. The two dolls mount a fighting retreat away from the enemy. Dazzling flashes of light erupts as bullets splinter and fragments against their frames, but they grit their teeth and continue to return fire. On looking up, I see that Zhao Hui has taken the Helena box out of the air, and she is using her grappling line to rake the enemy fire with one-handed, and as she swings through the air, briefly throwing them back. Go now! As the enemy fire falters, we begin another sprint towards Santaresi's location. Zhao Hui makes a hard landing beside us, and the Dandegate follows closely behind her. Santaresi, use this! Macchiato picks up a smoke grenade from one of the black armored corpses and tosses it to Santaresi. The two of them prime their smoke grenades and throw them out. The two smoke grenades hit the ground, and clouds of white smoke obscure us. Ooh. Everyone gets behind cover. Perhaps it's because they can't see us anymore, but the enemy's gunfire suddenly stops. Santaresi, WA 2000. Thank you for your support. I'm called Macchiato now. It was an honor, Miss 95 and 97. Are you alright? We're fine. Our frames are still functional, but we should leave ASAP. I look at the dolls. Dayan's shoulder and head are damaged, while Zhang Yu has two big holes in her thigh. Santaresi and Macchiato help them into the platform elevator. Colfin holds a panting Helena as they make their way forward, while Zhao Hui struggles with dragging the heavy box on her back. I run to the elevator too. It groans and mumbles before slowly grinding into movement. The dolls keep their weapons pointed at the way we came, but no enemies follow us. The thunderous gunfire that surrounded us just now has suddenly vanished. The surroundings are quiet except for the noise of the elevator. For some reason, I don't feel the joy of narrowly escaping death. On the contrary, a sense of foreboding fills my mind. Sharkry, are there any enemies at the position we entered from? Not right now. Are you sure? This is important. Sharky's been watching through the telescope all this time. Alright then, start the ignition. We'll be there in 5 minutes. You have a vehicle outside? Yeah, it was supposed to be a surprise gift. A gift? But... Macchiato, bad news. I see tons of IFVs headed toward your location. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Isn't that all the IFVs we just saw just now? What should Sharky do? Prepare to engage. Commander, there are IFVs trying to intercept us. I should have known they wouldn't let us go easily. Master, I have a plan. There we go. Yeah, I tried to read very fast at the end there. It was a lot of lines. But that's cool. So Macchiato really is like, I know they're based on guns. And yeah, Macchiato is the WA-2000. That's cool. I used that back in Black Ops 1. That was my first Call of Duty game. Like way back then. But yeah, that's when I first used that gun. But yeah, guys, next time we'll just keep on going until we reach the end. But yeah, this time, yeah, definitely I don't want to miss out on this event. And yeah, I guess the reason why I missed out on it because I was tracking the event timer here, like over here. I was tracking this where it says 17 days. But like the thing is, I tried to record on, I guess, the last day it was available. And then like, which is, you know, would be when they have 7 days left. But pretty much it's like in line with the banner over here. Where yeah, for her it's like 10 more days left for Centauressi. But yeah, I was tracking the event timer, not the banner timer, because they follow that. Because afterwards, like, you'll have they still keep this event up for like a week for you to claim any rewards. But yeah, that's why I missed out on the Shivnaya event. Anyway, guys, yeah, next time we'll see what happens, man. I'm excited to see this other part, the continuation of the previous event. And then I'm guessing next time we can continue the campaign. But yeah, I'm excited, man. Anyway, guys, yeah, that'll be it for now. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good